Good day, good people. It's your guy Lewis to the T, and I'm back with your 27th installment of Black History Month 2021. Today is Saturday, February 27th, and I'm excited today to just talk to you guys about the whole point of why I chose to do these Black History Month videos and, why Black History Month is important to me. And I know a lot of times people talk about, we live Black history every single day. We should be teaching Black history every single day. I completely agree with that, but I am grateful and thankful that we have Black History Month, a time set aside where we can truly focus in on the history of African Americans in this country, the history of Africans in this country as well as Black Americans, what our contribution has been and how we have added value. I think it's really important to remind people who have forgotten, to teach people who don't know, and to absolutely encourage and support those people who do this work every single day. There are people in the public sector as well as in governmental positions that do this work every day. They fight on our behalf. They fight for equal rights and equal protections under the law. They fight for diversity, equity, and inclusion. They're in our universities, our corporate offices, they're in the public sector as well as the private sector, and we really need to be able to encourage them and support them. I did this as well to support Black businesses. A lot of us don't shop because we don't know, or we don't choose to put forth the effort in regards to supporting Black businesses. So hopefully I've been able to shine a light on the fact that we have so many products and services available to us that help us to recirculate our dollars. It's so important that our community receive the same amount of dollars as everybody else who comes and sets up shop. We've always heard about that. This is in no way to draw you away from people who serve your community, but it's absolutely a plea and an example of the fact that you can go to people within your community who look like you and who are doing the work that you would like for them to do and support them, with your dollars and with your time. So Black History Month for me is a time of reflection. It's a time to talk about the people who came before us, who set a path, to acknowledge them. I'm wearing this shirt today. This is a shirt that I created before I was even able to go back even further. So this is a part of my lineage. Got to show the fact that it has my mom down there, that's Doris. But this is my great-grandparents, this is my grandparents, great-grandparents, and great-great-grandparents. And since then, I've been able to find even more information on Ancestry.com. So going back to the early to mid 1800s, I can find my great-great-grandparents' grandparents. So try saying that a couple times in a row. But it's important to acknowledge those individuals. There are small things that you'll find out that's not necessarily DNA, but that is about habit and behavior. And going back as far as I was able to go, one of the reasons I was able to do that is because my family members remained close in proximity. Geographically, they lived around each other, and you're probably thinking, well, if you go back that far, they probably had to. Well, that's not true of all families. A lot of times, siblings were separated, families were separated, or children got married and moved away. But I found that in my family, generation after generation, it was easy to find where they were because they weren't far geographically from other family members. And going back that far and then thinking about how I grew up generations later, my mom and all her siblings always lived in close proximity together. So it allows a person like myself, who's an only child, to have playmates. Always was around my cousins, always, we would spend the night together, or, one aunt or one uncle would keep us. So that's a part of Black history as well. Who are you? Where do you come from? What does your family structure look like? And if it's not your DNA family, maybe it's the people that you've elected as your chosen family. What do you guys represent together, and what is the history of how you became a unit? So Black History Month for me is definitely about the history. It's definitely about teaching, educating, reminding, supporting, and uplifting. I'll talk a little bit tomorrow about what we can do now for the people who are currently creating Black history. Every day we write a note to the people who come behind us. What does your note say, and what does that look like? I'm your guy, Lewis to the T. This has been great. We have one more day together in regards to Black History Month, but you'll be able to see this video on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.